Maybe I should start talking in the beginnings before people even hop on because I be staring, looking crazy. All right. Perfecto. Okay. Am I clear to you?
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, y'all? We got County Kid Bam Alexander in the building, in the place to be.
What's going on?
How you feel today?
I feel pretty good. It was a good day.
Good.
It's raining and it's a little nasty outside, but I'm doing all right.
Good. Let me just start by saying I am so excited to have you. Thank God for Greekdom that brought me to you. And this is like a big deal to a lot of people. Everyone else is really excited. Your neos are excited.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Shout out to Kendall.
taking the time out because I know you're busy.
Absolutely, of course. I'm excited to be here.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump right in. Let's get started.
All right.
Just overall, listening to your music over these past couple of days, I feel like you are very vulnerable in your music, which I think is not common anymore. Like, people put on the front. And you talk a lot about humility and like being yourself and knowing yourself. So I wanted to start off with that. Like, what are your personal takes on, just being humble and show the people what you talk about basically in your music?
I think when it comes to art in general, for me, that's just something that's really important is, being authentic and being true to who you are and true to where you came from and, true to your experiences. And so I was so against being a rapper for so long. I like didn't know if I was ready to do that. And I didn't want to be one of those rappers who just adopts an image or, adopts a sound. I wanted everything to really be me. So I needed it to get to that point where I felt like I could really do that. So that's really the biggest thing in me making music is being able to remain true to myself and tell my story, my real story.
Yeah. And I feel like you do a great job of that, and I can like hear it in the music. Talk a little bit about County Kids and that whole movement. I don't know if you know, but I'm from Baltimore. So my perspective and then hearing music, I feel like you did a great job of like showing love, but also still being like cool, like really cool about everything, being true to yourself. So talk a little bit about County Kids and the whole movement.
Yeah, that was another thing in becoming a rapper and like really telling people like I rap. Like, people always want to know what you rap, and that's always a big part of, I guess, the music in the end is like, you putting on for wherever you're from. But I always had a tough time with that because I didn't want to associate myself with the city, like the closest city, like a lot of people do, like who are from the suburbs. They'll say, oh, I'm from Baltimore, I'm from DC, I'm from Miami, whatever the case is. And I never wanted to do that. So County Kids was my way of bringing everything in because I've lived a few different places, and now I've got fraternity brothers from all over the place, and we all kind of built this collective together. And so us bringing where we're from into it, and it not just being about Gaithersburg or Montgomery County or Baltimore County or PG County, like calling it County Kids is as inclusive as possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can transcend. It can go past Maryland. It can go wherever. I've met people from New York and parts of Florida and everywhere else. They're like, yeah, dude, like I feel that. Like I'm from the suburbs. I'm from this county. I'm from that county, and I'm like, word. Like I've never heard of that, but if it rings a bell with you, like cool.
Yeah. No, I love that. I was like, this is perfect. And it feels real. Like it don't feel, and it like I think y'all did a good job of just like having fun with it and really pushing the talent piece. Like
definitely,
this is my end. Like I can, it's no, yeah.
Yep. And I appreciate you saying that you still feel me show love to the city and like to other areas. It's like that's a part of it too. Like I have being out here in the Baltimore area for as long as I've been out here now, I have a lot of friends and people that I'm working with from the city. So I'm not gonna be on no like, oh, it's the county only. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you from the city, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm glad that you can sense that in the music.
The first example for me was the first freestyle on Apple Music, the extra crack. For people who don't know, please explain it to them, because there's people who don't know.
It was like almost like a ritual experience, me getting like introduced to hip hop, Fish and Chicken. Like they
definitely ritualistic.
You never had hip hop? No, like what's that? It sounds cool, right?
Yes.
And so we go order a chicken box, and I'm ready to just grab it off the counter. They're like, no, wait, check it out, open it up. Nah, that's not enough. That's not enough. What? And they're like, the season, bro, the crack. You gotta get extra crack. Always extra crack. And literally, like it is what it's called. It's crack. Once I had it, I was hooked. And going to Towson, I was eating that hip hop way too often.
Yes. When did you start music? Was it once you hit Towson, or like were you already rapping in high school?
So I was rapping, I guess you could say, in high school, but nothing serious, nothing really with any kind of effort. Like it was just, kind of like basement ciphers, and then we'll record them, or, me trying my hand at writing for the first time just to see what would happen. It was really just for fun, though, something we did on the weekends. A good friend of mine, Mikey, he figured it out, how to record and how to make beats, and we were just like, oh, we're like, cool, like, let's do it. But the idea of being a rapper, like, it was never like a real dream for mine, I guess, until my senior year at Towson, actually.
Okay.
And that's when, like I said, I think the timing was right. I had the right people around me. All the right things sort of fell in place that I felt comfortable and I felt confident that I could put effort into my music.
Okay. I also feel like I thought that every music artist, had a probably like long-term or love for music or passion for music that stems like way, way back, but a lot actually don't. So I wanted to ask you about your case. You mentioned a lot of great music inside of your rap artists. You mentioned Nina Simone and the Eagles. How far back does your your early influence of music go, and what were some of the influences?
I love even just thinking about music.
One more time. Go back.
I've always been passionate about. Oh, did we get lost? My bad.
Go back.
I was saying. I love this question, talking about this and thinking about it, because I am one of those.
I do too. I really do. And it
music
was like boiling me, and people are like, I didn't really pay much attention. I'm like, no. I love this question.
No. Yeah, music's always been really important to me. Just listening to it and, dancing and all that stuff I grew up doing. So my earliest influences definitely came from my father. He knows a lot of amazing music, and he definitely gave me the palette that I have, I think. Just, everything A to Z, like you said. I'm mentioning Nina Simone, I'm mentioning the Eagles, the Fugees, Outkast. So it definitely started there when I was probably 3 or 4. I was asking him to play Wu-Tang and stuff like that.
My dad loves Wu-Tang and has
what I mean? 90s fathers, right? So
yeah.
So he definitely put me on to a lot at a really young age. And then as I got older, we moved to Florida when I was 6. And shortly after that, we started going to church, and, lifestyles kind of changed. And then I had a whole different influx of music that I was being exposed to. really for like all of elementary and middle school. So it comes from a lot of different places. It comes from church. It comes from rock. It comes from hip hop. Everything.
If you could think back to like high school, who do you remember, like who you were listening to at that time?
That was like, I think, one of my favorite times in music. So like especially towards my, say, like my sophomore, junior, senior year, when, you know, Wiz popped out and he was going really crazy. So I was listening to Wiz a lot. I was listening to Mac Miller, of course. I loved Wale. What else was I listening to? A lot of like alternative and like rock music, actually. I kept it pretty well rounded, but like for hip hop in particular, I just felt like that was a time where artists were really starting to just be like really chill and not have to be like a drug dealer or like, you know, iced out. Like Mac Miller was just a suburban kid like I was. So I think that was where that initial spark came from, where I was like, like I don't have to front every song. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. And then now, so I'm gonna jump around a little bit in your music. I want to get right to Plug, because I feel like Plug sounds like it's different. It's different from a lot of the things that you've already put out. It's definitely saying next level. What was it like putting that piece together? Was that a freestyle? Did you write it? Like, how did it go?
I wrote it pretty quick, I would say. It wasn't like I guess I have moods, and you know, the way that Jalen and I make music is a very collaborative process usually. You know, he sits down, he'll start making the beat, and maybe he'll get through two before one's really like hitting me as he's making it, and then before he finishes it, I'm already writing. And I don't actually remember what the case was with that beat. I don't remember if I wrote it as he was making it, just because that was just a moment where I was trying to make a song. Like I was just like, I want to rap. You know what I mean? It wasn't there wasn't a lot of intent with it. There wasn't a lot of energy behind it. No plan really. So that's why I was saying, like, I have different moods. Sometimes I just want to rap, but it's like, let's do something. And so you can feel it in the energy of that song. It's a little bit more upbeat, I guess.
It's giving me almost club, like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's
so I have those moods, and then I have moods where I'm like, yeah, like I gotta talk my shit, or you know, something's bothering me, and you know, he'll know, and he'll make something where I can let that out. So, like I said, it's a collaborative process, and he kind of always knows where I'm at. So
that's what's up. How long have you been working with him?
Since I started taking it seriously, in 2018, maybe end of 2017. I think the first time we made like a song that was like, oh, word, let's do this. It was fall 17. We made Sheesh.
Oh, okay. Cool. So talk about the project. When I say Sheesh, I mean it.
When I say Sheesh, I mean it. So
yeah, where were you at putting that whole thing together? I love how it comes together, like even from the title and just that's the flow of the songs. Like it feels good. So talk a little bit about that.
That was me proving to myself I could be a rapper. So when I say 2018, like I know it's 2018 because New Year's of that year, it was like my New Year's resolution. If I can make a whole project, I'll be a rapper. And so, you know, Jalen and I started making a song and then another song, and then we had some songs. We were like, yo, like let's drop something. Let's put it together. And we didn't make it with any sort of concept in mind. We didn't make the songs to fit in a certain way. We kind of just had a bunch of songs and then placed them, and it flows, like you said. I think pretty well. I think it goes through well. It's a good listen, and that was just kind of random.
Well, that definitely served its purpose. Cause what's next? Go Dumb. That project to me seemed very intentional. It was like every song on here got to be a banger. That's the kind of vibes I was getting from it, and I felt like you was talking your shit a lot on Go Dumb. Like literally, the title is like Go Dumb, like, and you have the little what I don't even know what it's called, the little the clip, the audio clip that's like, should I go dumb? Like that, I was like, okay, this song about to be fire. I already know.
Yeah. So that was maybe a year and some change later, and that the momentum was definitely different. It was less of me trying to prove to myself I could rap and I can make songs, and more of me being like, all right, like let's give me some shine out here. Like, okay, he can rap, now what? Like, so he can rhyme words. Can you? You know what I mean? But it's funny that you say it sounded a lot more intentional, because it still wasn't, as a project, it wasn't something we planned. It was the same deal. We were just working, making as many songs as we could, challenging ourselves to, get better with writing hooks. That was something I wanted to work on. And him just, getting crazy with the tracks and with the beats and everything.
The beats on that are everything. I like the beat on
he's a monster.
And the song after Enough, I can't remember the title of it, but it's right after Enough. The beat on that is, the day I listened to it, I literally felt how that song felt. So I was like, this was perfect.
Is it Can't Be Stopped?
No.
Okay.
I can't remember. I should have wrote it down. But the beats are crazy on that.
Yeah, he snapped. That was when I dubbed him Jalen Muggs the Genius. And so that's his nickname for me now. I call him Jalen Muggs the Genius, because he proved it on that tape. He's a genius. But it's funny that it was,
oh, go ahead.
Rancher Blue Cheese. That's what
I was about to say. Let's talk about Rancher Blue Cheese.
It was just going to be that. It was just going to be that song. And people ask me, like, why did you say that? How'd you come up with that?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. How did you come up with that? Because that was hard. And it really, again, it was on brand with the whole County Kids idea of, like do you, like, be you. So I thought it was perfect.
Yeah. I talk about what's going on, you know what I mean? And people ask me, like, how did you come up with that? Why did you say that? Why Rancher? And to be honest, we just be eating chicken wings. I have no other.
Yeah, y'all do love chicken.
I have no other explanation for it than that. Like, that's just a real debate that happens, and then I just worked it into this idea of, people dressing themselves up. Like, you don't have to do that. The chicken is good on its own.
Yeah, I was listening to it with my friend in the car, and she was like, well, isn't ranch technically a sauce? I'm like, I guess he's saying, like, you saucy, like you wear designer. I was like, okay, I guess you could take it that way. Like, he wants you to be whatever you are.
Exactly.
So then let's talk about, I don't know how to pronounce this. I know he's a coach, Popovich. Okay. I knew he was a coach. I was like, okay, this is a sports reference. How did you come up with that theme? Honestly, was the song here first or the title?
The song, I guess, because I took the title from a line in the song.
Okay.
So, I mean, it really no other inspiration than that. I wrote the line, and then that ended up being, I kind of reprised the line and put a different coach in it. But that just became the title of the song.
Okay. I thought this song was it was ironic because it even though it's a freestyle, like a complete freestyle,
it's not like off the top freestyle, but it's,
it sounds like all your different styles in one. Like, you're talking about being yourself, you're talking about musical references, you're talking about, like, what's going, I think you have like this thing you do where you're always talking about, like, what's going on at the time, like almost like storytelling. You brought up the pandemic and like the Zoom reference. It was just like how did you do that? That song really blew my mind, and that's what really pulled me in as far as your talent went. So how did that come about?
just I think that was another one of those days where I just needed to rap. And
so you just do this for
that there's just that, and at that particular moment, I hadn't made a song in a while. I hadn't written anything in a while because we got other stuff we're working on, and once that was set, and that whole situation was figured out.
Okay.
I kind of stepped away from recording and writing for a bit. You know what I mean? And just even through the pandemic, I didn't write a whole lot. Just stuff going on and being in the house, getting the big sad, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't working a whole lot until I got more momentum with that. Then that inspired me, you know what I'm saying? And then I was just like, I gotta rap. I haven't talked about anything in a while. And so that's why I'm talking about stuff with my family, and I'm talking about I'm a teacher, so that's why I worked in the Zoom reference. Cause
okay, I didn't know that.
That's real life, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If somebody says Zoom, I'm not gonna think they're talking about cameras.
Yeah, no, that was crazy, and I love the Zoom reference. What's I about to say? So a lot of these songs, a lot of fan favorites, seem to be songs like you said, where you just you kind of were writing a song. Did you ever have a definitive moment like I am I am talented? Like, did you have one moment, or was it like that one year where you started taking it seriously? Like, what was it that made you realize?
I think before we came to the point where we had, when I say Sheesh, I mean it, with Simi, as we call it. Before that was like a project, like I said, before we really had the steam going, we're like, no, we can make a project, we can do this. We had made a few songs, we were working, and then one night I went over, and it was just me and Jalen, which is kind of how we figured out how we work best. I was like, I'm gonna pull up, just me, and let's just see what we can do. And this is in his dorm, in where was he living at the point? I don't know. We were in his dorm, wherever his dorm was. And House and Run. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you, bro. I got it. T-Run.
T-Run.
And it was winter break, so like nobody else was really around. And we ended up making the song on When I Say Sheesh, I Mean It, called Facts. And we just listened to it over and over and over and over.
I can't believe he was making music in dorms.
That song, everything I've put out has been in the crib. Like, I haven't released a song that was recorded in a recording studio. Well, almost. But yeah, like we just were in the living room in a T-Run apartment, basically. And we made the song Facts, and that was like really me talking my shit, like for the first time.
In your bed.
And we were both like, yeah. Like, we sat on the couch for a couple hours, I think, like just listening to it, talking, and that's where the me and him connection was really like, it became official. And then after that, we got to work, and When I Say Sheesh, I Mean It was done in no time.
When you put out music, like, what are some memorable responses you've received?
I mean, when I dropped with Simi, it was really special because it was just my first body of work. Yeah. So to get any sort of positive feedback on that was like amazing, because I was really nervous. Yes. I had a listening party in my apartment in Towson at the time, and just all these people from Towson who I just knew, like through Greekdom or through just classes and stuff like that. All these people cramped up into my apartment, and nobody has ever known me as a rapper. Nobody's ever known me as like, Bam. Everybody knew me as Cayman. And so then once I started posting all these pictures and, they hearing snippets and they're like, what's going on? Everybody came through. I guess they wanted to check it out. So I'm sitting there like shaking as we're playing. Literally like hands shaking. It was bad. Because I was so nervous, but everybody you know, everybody said they loved it, and you know, they're running up to me and like, yo, you said this and that. And I'm like, yeah, man, like, you know.
Oh my goodness.
So that felt really great. But I don't know. It's like each time we drop something, it seems like we step it up.
Yeah.
Which is a goal of ours. And so the fact that it feels like that, and that it doesn't feel like we necessarily backtracked. I think that's a big part of, you know, what's keeping me going with this, and you know, what's letting me know I'm doing something right.
Definitely. What was I about to say? If you could collab with anybody, big, small, dead or alive, who would you choose? I'm asking because I noticed, I think I know you have one you were featured on someone else's song. Probably like, I don't remember the year, but it was a little bit older. And you had like a few features on Go Dumb. Can't remember if you had features on When I Say Sheesh.
Yeah.
I think
I generally work with the same people, but I had a lot of features on Listen Me, I think.
I feel like, I don't know, I still get this vibe that I feel like you do a lot of music alone. I don't know if it's because of what I've listened to and how I've listened to it.
Maybe. I don't know. That's fun because, I mean, with what we're working on now, and, you know, the next project that I'm going to release, I think a goal of ours was to be even more so like.
Oh, you wanted to be more. Okay.
So I feel like I have even, I mean, maybe even not, because now we still have some features on there, but I don't know. Maybe. But I guess you could say I do a lot alone. And I think that's generally because of what we do. Like I said, it's already such a collaborative process. We're really careful about who we have around, and you know, who, like, we love collabing, we love working with other artists, but it's got to be genuine, it's got to be real, it's got to be authentic and, you know, organic. I don't want to just be on a song with somebody because they're a rapper.
Right. You know I mean? I feel that.
I want to meet them. I want to know that they're cool peoples. I want to know that it's really vibes.
Yeah, the vibe gotta be right.
Otherwise,
that's how niggas get made.
Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to do it, really. So, you know, but I mean, if I could just if I could do that and just have a song with anybody,
this seems hard for you to choose.
It is. Honestly, I'm just gonna say it, what all the homies probably already know. But it'd be Drake. I can't front. It'd be Drake.
I'm not even mad at that. Like, I'm not mad.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the comments too. Asking why he's so cool. Why are you so cool? They want to know that.
Why am I so cool?
I want to know why you're so cool too. I don't think you understand how talented you are.
I'm just a kid from the county, man.
Oh my gosh.
That's it.
All black with the hoodie on, Go Dumb. Collab with Brent because he's my husband. You gotta collab with Brent.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing for sure.
Oh, somebody said Drake. You can't go wrong with Drake.
Don't do that, Toya.
Don't do him. You cannot go wrong with Drake.
I need a check.
So you say you have a project coming up.
Yes.
You know, this is the place to be. This is where people get the exclusives. You know, summertime is coming.
It is indeed.
And then after that is fall. Are we getting warm summer vibes? Or are we getting cool, chilly fall vibes?
I think the interesting thing about that and about this album is that we have had so many plans. At one point, it could have been a winter album. At one point, it could have been a early spring album. At one point, it could have for sure been a summer album. And at this point, I'm giving it to God. I will say that I think either way it'll work. And I'm interested to see how that happens, because I think it could very much be a fall album, but it could also be a summer album. So
okay.
Maybe the weather will dictate how you feel about it or which songs you like better. I don't know. I think you might have to enjoy some songs while it's warm, and then it'll get cold and some songs will hit harder. Who knows?
Yes. Do you have I know Jalen, you do a lot of work with Jalen. Do you do all your work with Jalen? And if no, who are some other producers that you work with? Some of your local favorites.
Jalen is pretty much the only person that I have worked with who's like a local producer. For the most part, I hope I'm not like wilding out on anybody right now, but I know Jalen collaborates on beats for sure, and he has even his own like collective of producers who he can have like a whole different iron sharpens iron type relationship with. So simple answer, no, I haven't really worked with anybody. not out of me not wanting to or me being bougie, but just we have something that works, and we've developed the process. So
so do you have like an interesting story or something that happened? I've noticed like I'll watch my interviews and I'll be like, dang, I should have asked if they had a story about this or about that. Like anything crazy happened music wise, or just a moment, or maybe like something in the studio, or you and Jalen chat like cooking up or something happened, like any crazy stories?
No, I mean, okay, well, I have one crazy thing, I guess, that I guess people will be upset if I don't mention. Nothing like, I don't know, we're pretty boring, honestly. Like we stay
they said why you so cool. I guess that's it.
I just be chilling, but we did go to the 2020 Grammys.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
So I have a song called January 26th, which is about that experience. So if you ever heard that, check that one out.
Yes.
Just the craziest thing that I've personally seen, I think.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Just.
What was it like? You have to come on, tell us.
It was amazing. It was a little bit bittersweet because January 26th was also the day Kobe passed. And mind you, we're in Los Angeles, so it was like you could feel it in the air that like it was just like the city was hurt, so it was like we're excited and this is amazing, but damn, Kobe.
Yeah.
But it was crazy to see all of the artists, and like we pretty much walked in and I was thirsty or something, so we went up. They had one of the concession stands open in the Staples Center, and Dreamville is just mobbed in line in front of us.
That's crazy.
So like I went up to the cash register after JID walked away, and I'm looking at all their suits, and everybody looks fly, but I'm like, I look fly too. I got my suede tie on, like one-on-one thing. And so, I'm like, I'm flexing just as hard. Like, maybe nobody knows me here yet, but, one day.
Oh, wow, that's crazy. And so who do you listen to now? Do you re-listen to a lot of your music? Music that's already been put out?
Yeah. I mean, I try to stay current and keep up with everything. I'm realizing it's just way harder than it was when I was in high school.
Okay, I thought it was just me.
Like all I had to do was just get on Hot New Hip Hop every day and figure out what dropped. Like now there's just so much music and a lot of amazing music, whether you're looking at like mainstream or even locally. So there's a lot to keep up with. I think I generally try to give a lot of attention to local artists and, my homies, my friends, myself even. I'm not going to lie. I'm definitely one of those people who will get in the car and listen to my own music. I don't care if you think I'm whatever. I do that. I make my music first and foremost for myself. So, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But, I mean, I listen to a lot of old stuff, a lot of new stuff. I have playlists, so it depends on my mood.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll get in the car and I'll throw on my 80s playlist and just only listen to 80s music for like an hour drive back to Gaithersburg.
Yeah, that's how I am. I'm a moody music listener. So, like, it's hard for me, like you said, keeping up is really hard. It's like, it's not trash, but I don't want to hear that because I'm not in that kind of mood.
And right. And then somebody will play it like, 3 months later and you'll be like, damn, what's this?
I be mad. I get salty when somebody else knows a song that I don't know. I don't like that.
You pull up the apps, you don't want to ask what it is.
I'm not. Hell no, I'm not asking. I will type in a little piece of the lyric that I will remember before I ask or Shazam or anything. I won't even use that. I will literally type it and Google it myself. I don't like that.
You're holding yourself back with that. You shouldn't be ashamed. Good music is for everybody.
No. So when you are not making music, what are you doing? You mentioned that you're a teacher. Have you always wanted to be a teacher? And then, because I feel like everyone I've met that's a teacher, they're like, I knew when I was 5. I'm like, I cannot relate.
My older sister is that way. She knew her whole life she was going to be a teacher. And then she went out and she did it. I was much less sure of what I was going to do, to the point where I didn't know I was going to be a teacher till I became a teacher. You know what I mean? Like, it was never the plan. I think I just didn't have a plan, and a lot of times I just didn't put the thought into stuff, and, I tried to avoid uncomfortable thoughts and feelings, and I was just like, when I finish school, I'll figure it out. All I cared about was finishing school. I just wanted nothing more than to graduate from Towson and just be out. You know what I mean?
Talk about your Towson experience. Somebody in the comments said they mentioned that T-Run had a lot of memories. I was a transfer at Towson, so I missed a lot. So I always ask people, what was your
I actually transferred too. So I went to Shippensburg University in Pennsylvania for a couple of years.
Oh, wow.
Just, really, I don't want to call it a waste of time because I met some amazing people and, got some lifelong friends there. For a reason. And that's how I generally try to think about things. But, financially, I wasted a couple of years because I wasn't about school at all. And, I wasn't doing the right stuff. But so then I came back in state, went to Towson, and I lived off campus the whole time I was there, so I don't have the dorm memories per se. And then even my first year there, I was really to myself. And then my second year is when I crossed and, all that stuff. So I was much more like social and out after that. So once that happened, it was fun. It was always, good vibes. I went to Chick-fil-A way too much. But I enjoyed Towson. I thought it was cool. It has its moments, I guess, like every place. But overall, I had a dope experience. I met some of the most amazing people I've ever known. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be where I am doing the things that I'm doing if it wasn't for Towson. So.
What advice do you have for an artist who is like finding their sound? Do you feel like you found your sound yet? I feel like you do, but I'm biased.
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know how to put my sound into words necessarily.
I don't either.
I think I have it though. I think I have something that is distinct and unique. But advice, I would say just first and foremost, don't lie. You know what I mean? Like, if you could really just challenge yourself to make songs about your experiences, you don't have to dress it up. You can make anything sound cool. Like, I mean, and that's my advice. You know, some people don't care about that. Some people just want hit songs. And if that's what you're trying to do, like, I don't know necessarily a formula for a hit song, so I can't give you advice.
Nobody does.
I can't speak to that. But if you're trying to develop yourself as an artist and find your sound and be unique and authentic, you know, you gotta be true to who you are. Rap about your life, sing about your life, sing about your feelings, whatever it is, you know what I mean? That's been, you know, once I figured out that that's what I had to do, and, you know, I'm not gonna rap if I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's where the challenge to really do it came from. So.
That's true. Do you feel like, just on the local scene, like, what is your personal, like, opinion or feelings toward the music here in the state of, like, DMV music culture?
I mean, I love it. I think it's now really feeling like it is a scene. You know what I'm saying? Where
I agree.
A few years back, I didn't necessarily get that. There's artists from all over the state, all over the region that are making very, again, unique and authentic, amazing music. So I'm a fan of it. Even the stuff that's like outside of my box and like not necessarily relatable for me, like I can still get down with it. So I love it. Like I said, it does feel like it's a scene. And, you know, it's only a matter of time before that attention really is on the scene.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think it's always, like, if you just think about music history, it's always a shift. Like, first it's New York runs, then the South runs, then West Coast is like, I think that now it's like we have social media where we are more direct with music. We are like, people can see everything now, so nothing is like, you know, taboo. So people are looking at cities, towns, like everything. I was talking to somebody, they're like, you know this guy from Ohio? And then they send me all of these people from Ohio, and I'm like, Ohio? Like, I don't even think about Ohio when I think about music, but they had great, like, they created a scene for themselves. So yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think Maryland is emerging, and then anything surrounding that, of course, DC, Virginia, like, I think it's really re-emerging, honestly. Yeah. I had a question. It was really good, but I forgot. I don't know. So who's your favorite artist? Do you have a favorite artist? Or a group of favorite artists, maybe? I'm trying to make this easier.
It's tough. Like, you know, I mean, again, my homies, my close friends know that I love Drake.
Yes.
In my eyes, the man has done no wrong. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real.
Who else is in your top 10?
This question, and I've answered this question before, and it stresses me out.
I can't believe this is. I feel like top 10 was like top 20, maybe.
It's all. I mean, I don't know. Like, and because I'm so moody, you know what I mean? Like, I love Lil Wayne for sure. I think when I started listening to Wayne a lot in high school, that was like a turning point in like what I looked for in rap, and what I appreciated about rap. So definitely Wayne. You know, I always loved Lauryn Hill and the Fugees.
Yes.
Their music was always really important to me. It was something I connected with my father over. So, you know,
okay, those are good picks. Good picks.
You know what I mean? Like, it's hard. Like, I have to, like, scan through my entire life to figure this out. I don't know. Y'all in the comments. Who else do I listen to?
You listen to Kanye?
I listen to Kanye. I don't consider myself, like, a Kanye head, though. Like, you know, people who, like, love Kanye and are, like, willing to die about Kanye, like, I'm not. Just because of the time period in which his music was being released and like that string of amazing albums that I know he released, like my family was heavily in the church and heavily monitoring, you know, what their children were taking in. So I didn't necessarily have access to stuff like that until later on.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, I can appreciate it and I know which songs I like and things like that, but I'm never like, you know, throw Kanye on.
Wow, that's cool to see like how that, you know, influenced.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I have these weird pockets of my life where, you know, I was either really into certain things or not at all into certain things. So, yeah, really until I was like a junior in high school, I didn't necessarily listen to exactly what I wanted to. So,
they said, when's your next show?
Well, you know, we outside, right? So, hopefully, I will have that information for you soon, my friend.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the information yet, but hopefully soon. Hopefully, we can make some things shake.
Wow.
What's up, Moose?
Yeah. It's not me. I'm telling you, it's not me.
Man.
Oh my goodness. Who are some people you want to give a shout out to specifically?
Specifically, shout out to my brother, my little brother Andrew. He's in here right now.
Oh.
Indigo Drew. That's somebody else that I listen to and like to collab with and would like to collab further with, of course. My younger brother, he's a singer. Another stupid, talented kid from the county. So shout out to my bro. Baltimore's in here. Shout out to my brother. Another
he
amazing.
Said this nigga been nice. You look like Jesus. Oh my goodness, you like Jesus.
Yeah, the hair is getting deep, bro. I know. But yeah, he's another amazing, talented singer. Shout out to all the bros. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Theta O. Hey. Shout out to the Blue. Shout out to all the kids from the county. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the county kids.
It was Jesus for me. So, what do you think about like, so this, whatever you're working on, I'm not gonna harp on you too bad. Whatever you're working on, do you feel like this, like, what is the theme? I feel like each project kind of had your theme, like for you personally, what it meant for you, you know, whether it was, I'm taking rap seriously, or, you know, I'm just, you know, making songs and putting out just good music. What's like the theme for this one?
So I won't get too specific about the theme because you'll all see.
Don't give me like specifics. Just give me like a broad, like.
But generally speaking, like you said, with Simi was me proving to myself that I could put some songs together, and then Go Dumb was proving that I could really rap and was nice and could follow up. This is proving that I can follow through on a concept and create something that tells a full, you know, 360 story that you can completely follow through and listen through and understand the entire message as you travel through it.
Yes. When you're writing a song, because I wish I had specific examples. I get frazzled when I have to talk about specific examples. But I mentioned earlier, I feel like you have like a lot of imagery. When you rap, I can literally like see kind of whatever you're rapping about, I can literally picture it. What is the process like for you? Does it take you a long time to write songs? Do some take you long? Do you get inspiration from movies or like dreams? Like what is it for you?
It depends. I definitely take inspiration from everything around me. So I mean, for sure, movies. To the point where I regularly try to include like little clips and sound bites from movies into the songs and everything. So definitely movies, but it's always different. Like I said, if I just feel like rapping and just like, you know, throwing something down real quick, it could be fairly quick. But if it's just happening as he's making the beat, sometimes that dictates it, because I'll get an idea and I'm writing, but I can't necessarily get into a groove because he's still like, you know, starting the same part over and again, trying to figure stuff out with the beat. So, you know, it depends, but I think you can probably tell the difference in the songs that took longer.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
I think so. Do you have any preference like in the different like styles of music that you create, or moods, I think would be a better word? Do I have a preference? Like like re-listening, like is there certain songs that you gravitate to more than others?
I think the songs that are the most important to me and the songs that like I really love the most are the ones where I am the most vulnerable. And the songs where I, you know, am not just talking my shit and I'm, you know, like I have to really open up about stuff, or I have to really translate my feelings or my experiences into words that rhyme. You know So when I can do that and people get it, those are definitely the ones that mean the most to me. But you know what I'm saying, I love a good cranker, like you know, just solid banger. It's always fun. So
do you go to parties? Do you go to a lot of parties?
Not anymore. I was pretty active in college, I guess. You know, I don't know. It just depends on what's going on, but sometimes.
And if you're not making music, what do you like to do? Or what do you do? Like, what is a day in a life like for you?
Currently, I wake up and I drive over west and go to school.
Oh my God.
I'm a high school English teacher.
Shout out to you. What school do you teach at?
Carver.
Okay, yeah. Shout out to you.
Yep. So I'm a teacher, but when I'm not teaching, I like to skateboard. I like to eat. Of course, who doesn't, right? I like to turn up. You know what I mean? Yes. I think my preferable turn up is, you know, from the confines of my home.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying, I go out every now and then.
Do your students know that you do music, or do
So some of them might be in here actually. From last year, some of my seniors last year, they found my Instagram somehow.
Of course they did. They always do.
So I was very, very careful to not let anything out this year with my second group. But last year they peaked pretty quick. And I came in the classroom one day and they were like, "So Mr. B." My last name is Barnes. So they said, "Mr. B, got a question for you." I was like, "What's up?" "This is first period. I'm just here. We're just getting started." Right. She said, "County Kid Band." And I'm like, I'm writing the warm up on the board, and I just stopped and turned around. And
my goodness!
I was like, "No, we're not gonna do that."
That is hilarious.
She was like, "No, but I heard your music. It's really good." I was like, "Thank you, I appreciate it, but we're not gonna do that." So a couple of them tried to follow me, and I blocked them. And then they graduated, so I unblocked them.
Okay, that was nice.
So, you know, they send me comments and stuff, and, you know, little shout outs and everything. So it's cool. But for the most part, I try not to let that side out.
Yeah.
On my 9-to-5 side.
I know. No, it's so funny because literally at my job today, like last week is when they found out I do like music interviews. Some of us follow each other. Oh, and I left out of work today. They were like, "Good luck on your
interview." See, like, it'd be cool to have that kind of energy with my coworkers, but I don't know that they would necessarily be able to.
Yeah, that has to come.
Like, I don't know that they would get jiggy with the music. So
comfortability. Yes. Yeah. Does your you said that your dad influenced you a lot musically. Does he like give you advice and stuff on your music, or tell you about your own music?
I mean, he likes it. He tells me, you know, like, I heard the song you dropped, dope. Saw the video, dope. You know what I mean? He gives me that stuff, but I wouldn't say advice. I think I was pretty guarded with the music stuff until, like, you know, they kind of just peeped from social media. And, you know, then when I finished with Simi, I sent it to my dad in a Dropbox, and I let him hear it. And he was like, man, you know what I mean? And that was then. And I feel like I wasn't even really getting too deep at that point. So I'm definitely really excited for my parents to hear the stuff that's coming. You know, I think it'll show them how I feel about it. And, you know,
I was about to say, I think that artists, they always usually eventually like get to a point where they could connect dots. I mean, people in general, anybody, you know, who has a craft, I think if they're influenced by other people, especially your parents, you get to a point where it's like you did this, and you can show them that, and they be hyped. They be acting like it's just cool, but they be hyped.
Right. And so, yeah, I mean, they're definitely supportive, and they you know, they know that I enjoy it and they like the music. I don't know how much faith they have in it, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, you know, I don't know.
They're still parents. You know, parents want
security, and, you know,
you
know, they want me to use this degree that we're paying for. So, you know, it's like this little dance I'm doing where I'm like, I know I'm in this for real, for life. Like, this is what I'm trying to do, but I'm also trying to make sure that they are feeling good about where I'm at in life. So, you know, that's why I made sure I graduated, why I made sure I have a job.
Absolutely.
All that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Good point. Quick to the block button. Oh yeah, the students. You obviously attend church. Do you go to church? Do you still go to church?
No, actually. So I've actually been waiting for this question to come up in interviews that I've done, but it hasn't really come up as much as I thought it would. I don't know. I think my faith and my spirituality is something that I grapple with, and I think that's something that I make known in my music. That's something that I talk about. But it's such a big part of me and my history that I do make sure I include those references in my music and things like that. So, you know, I would say that I'm
like open up that conversation. Yeah, that's all the thing.
Right. And so, you know, I mean, I guess I would say, like, I'm spiritual to a degree. I wouldn't say I'm the most devout Christian in the world. I haven't been to church besides, unfortunately, for, you know, weddings or funerals in a while. But, you know, I talk to God. I pray. So.
Yeah, they say you're the reverse Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness! Shout out to the livest audience.
Man.
The reverse Jesus. Oh my goodness, that was perfect. I loved it. Thank you so much. I love the vibes. You really are as cool as you seem. You know, I love that somebody else asked the question before I did. If you think this guy is cool, he really is cool. You really are true to yourself. I like that. It's easy to talk to people when they are themselves. It's hard for a lot of people to be themselves, so I commend you for that. And just being able to hop on and talk.
Absolutely.
For them to watch.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for letting me, you know, talk to the people.
Of course.
You know, I've been quiet for a bit. You know, that whole maybe second half of 2020, I was pretty quiet. But you know, we're out here right now. So
yes, what's cooler than being cool? Ice cold. Oh my goodness! And everybody, go run the numbers up on Plug. Go do it. The song is a banger. I was actually in here listening to it on repeat. Like, just because.
Hey man, shout out to you. Definitely everybody, all streaming platforms, listen to Plug, listen to Popovich Freestyle.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and listen to When I Say Sheesh, I Mean It, and Go Dumb, and you know, what else did we drop? January 26th. All that.
Absolutely. All righty, we out. Peace and thanks again.